Have you experienced the awesome power of the Panasonic Real 3DO system? Obviously.
Presenting 3DO, the most advanced home gaming system in the universe. It's time to put away your toys.
3DO from Panasonic, Gold Star, and Creative Labs. A new low price and free games.
Mind-blowing graphics of Panasonic Real 3DO. 3DO.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 3DO Experience, the 3DO retrospective podcast, where we talk about all things 3DO, the 3DO company, and everything in between. I am Bill, and this is Threk. How you doing, Threk?
Oh, Bill, I'm feeling a kawaii desu. How are you?
I'm doing great. My camera's blurry. That's fun. So for this episode, we are talking about Sailor Moon, and I thought the perfect guest for this was my sister, Alex. Say hi, Alex.
No.
Good enough.
That
So-
side duck
Goodbye.
that side duck back there looks like it's had enough.
He's wearing a cheese hat.
Why aren't
Oh,
you
yeah.
wearing the cheese hat?
I tried. I couldn't get it to fit with my headphones on.
Shit.
I
like-
tried. Bill was there.
It like
It would
sat on her
go,
head, and then it
then
just went, it just kind of popped off, but she was like,
Yeah.
okay.
There was
Minnesota's
many
better
attempts.
anyway. Minnesota's better. Anyway, how you doing, Alex?
Good. We're busy. We're making cosplays. You know, work is good. Life is good. I got a bird feeder. A new one.
And
And I have a
knocked
bird
it over.
collection. Yeah, a bear knocked it over. A bear walked through, and I talked to my neighbor yesterday, and the bear walked through her patio to get to my bird feeder. And it was my fault the bear was there because I had a bird feeder.
It happens.
I guess they don't tell you that it's a bear feeder as well.
It is. It's a bear feeder, a squirrel feeder, a chipmunk feeder.
A human feeder?
I mean, in theory, yes, but ew. Bill, you want a snack?
I'm good.
I thought you were about
Walk
to say
on the-
you caught Bill eating out of it and you had to shoot him
Yes.
away with a broom.
Yes.
Get out
She
of
did-
here.
Well, it has a speaker on it. Like it has a microphone because like when the squirrels get there, I have to go onto the mic and then scream at them to go away. So I feel like my neighbors.
What do you shout into that? Like,
I
just-
say, "Go
just
away!
like-
That's not
Oh.
for you."
you should learn like Korean, so you just shout them in like angry Korean noises.
I mean, I could do that, but
That would scare anybody.
I don't know. These squirrels, like at first they were scared, but now they've grown used to my screaming. So I got to come up with a new solution.
The broom, as I said, get a broom
Well,
and go out
I'm
there with it and be like, "Ah!"
home.
and
I'm
it'll
not
work every
always
time.
home. But what
The,
if I'm at work?
You'd be like, guys, I'll be right back.
Excuse me. I just got to take a 30-minute drive home real quick to scare a
Just
squirrel
call
away.
Call it my lunch break.
Only
The,
for me to get there to go away.
the best was when the Amazon guy showed up and like did like the peace sign.
No, that was one of the
man.
landscapers. He just was going around. He just was like into the camera.
And just walked
Love
away.
that.
Which is
That
pretty
is
good.
funny watching like all the ring cam stuff of people who
Oh.
get like really close to it and they're like, "Hey, I'm your neighbor." There was one where the guy got like really close and he was just like, "Oh, my day." I'm not getting this close to the webcam, but he's like, "Oh, I'm your neighbor, and I saw that like that light was up in your bedroom for like the last 18 hours. I assume it's a bedroom. Is everything okay?" You people, do we need
Wait,
human connection
what?
that much that we're talking to ring cameras?
Maybe. I mean, I talked to the birds, so.
I mean, I had
anyways.
I had the midnight pacer. That's still the weirdest one. The guy that was pacing back and forth down the road in the middle of the night.
he had
He
some
was not in a
energy.
he was not in a good mood.
I don't know.
He was having a bad day.
So, this is actually Alex's second appearance on the podcast, but the first
It is?
appearance was, yeah, you were on that chaotic New Year's special beforehand.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot about that.
We got to continue that.
But
The challenge. I'm so cheesecake.
oh no, that was the 200th episode.
Wait, what? Oh shit.
I will say that run the gauntlet thing the other day. I did go through the whole thing.
What?
There are some bad ones, but overall it wasn't really that bad. But what I find cringe is like very specific things.
So you're saying we should all curate a list of our own cringe videos and then make our own cringe gauntlet.
Yes. The cringiest video in that whole thing, spoiler, was this guy who was like on, I think it was like a first date, and he like turned on his little home camera. This is like 2003-ish.
Oh.
And he started like pointing it at the waitress and being like, "Oh, do you think we'd be a good couple?" And like doing all this really weird shit. It was bad. If I could find the video, I'll send it. It is. Oh, I wanted to die. I really wanted to die. And it wasn't the top one. It was not the top one. The top one, it was some like Dr. Phil clip. That wasn't really that bad.
Oh.
I just thought of like genius. The Superpod Network cringe gauntlet. Everybody in the network contributes.
Ooh,
Aaron, make it happen.
I'm in.
I like that. Yeah.
But before we get too off track, so with every
What do you mean? That's just how podcasting goes.
Exactly.
We don't need to talk about the actual title of the episode. Let's just talk about random shit. No, just kidding.
Who needs to talk about Pretty Soldier Sailor Moon S? What the fuck's the S stand for? This isn't the Saturn
Super.
version.
Super.
I'm pretty certain it stands for super.
I believe it.
I don't know.
So
well, because they had Sailor Moon R. They had. Let me look.
Does the S stand for Saturn?
I
Sailor
don't know.
Saturn's here.
I think the S is just an S.
I think it's just an S.
You can tell I did a modicum of research because I went, oh, I know who Sailor Saturn is.
Good job. I'm
Thank
proud
you.
of you. Well,
Thank
because
you.
it went Sailor Moon
Yeah.
R, Sailor Moon
Okay.
S, and then
Oh,
Sailor
God.
Moon Super S, and then Sailor Moon Stars.
Oh, S is the third season, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. This according to this, it loosely follows the third season. So that's why.
Which
And
is
by
why
loosely, there's no story in this game, as far as I know.
it's just with the characters from the
I was
third
gonna say
season.
they're talking. It's just we haven't done Duolingo, so we don't know what they're saying.
Yeah. But before we get into that,
Wait, I thought he was dead.
Oh yeah, they did kill the Duolingo bird.
Is
Is he alive?
I mean, I heard Duolingo was kind of bullshit anyway, so who cares?
I mean, but is he? I thought he was dead. I thought he was hit by a Cybertruck.
I don't know.
Probably.
I thought that's what the lore was. Anyways, thanks
so
so much for watching the.
Speaking of lore, Bill, what were you gonna say?
So every episode with a guest, we like to ask them what their first experience with the 3DO is. And I already know Alex's answer, but Alex, share with the class.
Wait, no, I want to know what you said.
Well, it ties around. It gets kind of meta because it was actually kind of the inspiration for the show.
Was it plumbers don't wear ties?
No.
Oh, that's my first time experiencing it through a YouTube video.
Well, that's fair.
Yes.
Because the first time you had played it was actually when we had done the original 3DO experience episode on GNC.
Oh yeah, that was back in my apartment, right?
Yeah, that was recorded in your apartment.
Like a while ago. That's like out of my brain at this moment.
You really enjoyed it at the time. So
I did. It was much better than the N64. But most things are,
Yeah, that's true.
not as good as Jaguar, but that's hard to achieve.
I was gonna make a joke saying
God.
at least 3DO has a waifu, but the Jaguar also has a waifu, so it doesn't even
Exactly.
I mean,
joke
3DO sold.
Exactly.
At least the 3DO sold more.
Yeah, but did it look like a turlet?
No,
I mean,
Well-
anything can look like a turlet if you want.
No, it looked like a toilet.
Well, you need the CD for that.
Well, yeah, but Bill's got to get one. I keep telling him to buy one, and he
Alex,
won't buy
we
one.
Have you
We
seen those prices?
we saw one at Retro World for $600, and I went,
That's
"No."
nothing.
And there was
That's a
no guarantee it
PlayStation
would
5.
even work.
That's a goddamn Xbox.
But yeah, so we're doing things a little different on this episode. We're gonna be saving the news for later. because we're actually going to talk about the game first. Try something a little bit different this time.
Yes.
So, as we had mentioned earlier, our game for this episode is our first import game of the series because the wonderful 3DO is backwards compatible. I mean,
Is this the first Japanese game we've touched?
I believe so.
Huh. I guess it is. I hadn't thought about it.
Yeah, because the 3DO is region free because I don't think they knew what a region block was back in the day, or they
No,
just didn't care.
No, well, they did, but remember, 3DO was all about creating a new standard, like a new
True.
format. And my guess is Trip Hopkins probably thought like region locks would just make things harder for people.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think region locks are kind of unethical, which is why they don't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's why they've pretty much given up on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game we're covering is actually this gem right here.
Wow.
Pretty Soldier Sailor Moon S. A 1995 fighting game created by Tose and published by Bandai.
Yeah. It's published by Bandai. I'm surprised it wasn't on the Pippin.
Was the Pippin even out by now? By 95?
It was on its way.
It's interesting because like
it was the next year.
Okay, that's because I know Bandai published pretty much every like anime fighter back in the day, like anime games in general.
Yeah, I mean they still kind of do for the most part, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Bamco does nowadays because they're they're combined. Although sometimes they'll still use the Bandai logo rather than the Bamco logo.
Yeah, or
yeah,
like
I
when
think
they do
the One
like
Piece game uses the Bandai logo.
Or like say like classic Namco games will have like the Namco logo still in them.
Yeah, like for a while they were doing like Tales games with the Namco logo because I think people were more receptive to that than the Bamco logo for a while.
Yeah, that's fair. I know you have your problems with Bamco, but I think overall they're just fine. They do a fine job. They have Elden Ring. They're doing okay.
I have more problems with Bamco's Tales division than anything, but that's a me thing.
We may be talking about that in the news.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Stay tuned.
So this game is interesting. It's actually, honestly, the story behind its development is more interesting than the game itself. Because apparently development for this game was actually pretty in depth. Like they actually had like a number of key people from like the Sailor Moon like anime staff, and they even had the author Nooko Takuchi. She was involved during pre-production of the game. And they also got all of the voice actors and voice actresses for the characters to reprise their roles. It's in Japanese, so I can't understand a word, but it's all the originals.
I mean, I could barely understand a word of it in English because my history with Sailor Moon. I don't think we have to explain what Sailor Moon is as a show to this audience, but if anybody's was curious to like my exposure to it, it was one of the many animes that was on, say, like Toonami.
Yes.
That kind of block, and I remember seeing it, and I would watch it, and I never knew what the fuck was going on, and I never and I could tell like I never had that like anime awooga moment with Sailor Moon because I know for some people it was the beginning of that. I was more confused than anything else. I know what the fuck was going on. I lumped it in with shows like if you guys remember Totally Spies, like that other like all female show. I kind of lumped them together in my brain. I remember liking Totally Spies a lot more. But I've never gone back and watched Sailor Moon, so it's just a show I like to poke at as like a jokey kind of a thing. But I'm sure it's fine.
Well, and one of the things too, which probably made it more confusing, is that they ran it as if it was like a Monster of the Week show, like similar to like how Power Rangers and like some of the other ones went, where it wasn't actually following the story of the manga. It was, but very slowly, and instead was more of like just, here's them using the same exact recycled animation over and over and over, and then once in a while you get yes, or just even the fight sequences as well, until eventually you get some plot sprinkled in. But that's why, like, I don't know if you ever heard, but they made like Sailor Moon Crystal, which was the newer version, which they completely fumbled. and it was terrible when they first
Not
did
surprising.
it. Because they decided, ooh, 3D, and then made it look like shit.
Yeah. Oh, we're
but
gonna
it
talk
was-
about shit 3D in this game.
Oh yeah, this it's not as bad as what we see here. I'd say it's actually comparative for the times. Let's just go with that.
Oh
But
god,
the
they did
newer
a live
season
action
follows.
version of this show. Holy shit.
They have stage plays. They were in
I
Connecticut.
could see it. I could see it working as a stage play.
There's-
weirdly
I
enough.
want
It
to
has that
go
energy.
so badly. No one
There's
will
also-
go with me.
There's also an American.
Really? You can't drag Bill to that?
She's
I
never even
mean,
asked. She's being full of shit right now.
did. I did. I sent it to you, and then no, I sent it to you a while back, and you said cool. I was like, "Would you go?" And then you didn't respond.
I probably forgot, to be perfectly honest.
Whenever you don't respond, it means you don't want to answer the question. Like my wonderful cosplay idea, you shut down immediately.
I'm not wearing a cardboard box.
Oh, come on, Bill. Do it. I don't know what it is,
No,
but do it.
because you know the vending machine anime.
Yes. I haven't watched
Well,
it, but I know what it is.
He sounds exactly like the vending machine, and it's frightening. And I thought he should
You
just
should be the vending machine. Yeah.
exactly.
I'd do that. That sounds like an easy cosplay.
It would just be like a little box he'd wear like over his shoulders.
That would be so hot. And
No,
not
it was.
pleasant.
I'm thinking
You're
like
damn right it
two-
would be. Oh my god.
Yeah, everyone wants that vending machine, Bill.
Hello there.
You're-
Anyways,
Your one chance to be desired, Bill, okay?
You could like just
Dang
have
it.
bottles of water and chuck them at people.
so Alex,
Out the vending machine.
Yes, just stick your hand in the just
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
So-
in.
so Alex,
Yes, so it's 2 against 1.
Yeah.
We're gonna put a poll. I could make this. Maybe I'll just make it and make him wear it.
There you go.
Yes.
so Alex, what is your history with Sailor Moon? Because I know this was like your childhood.
Well, yeah, it was my childhood. As Thrak was going ew on Toonami, I was going yes, yes, yes.
I mean, Toonami was fine. It's just the
No,
Japanese,
I meant the
all-
Sailor Moon.
again, it was fine. I was just
kidding.
confused because, like, my problem with Toonami and like a lot of anime in general was when I was getting exposed to it as a kid with like Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball and all this other stuff. I just didn't know what the fuck was happening, and it like I feel like anime doesn't
don't
do
think
a
I
good
did either.
job. It doesn't do a good job of like if you get dropped in the middle of it, being like, oh, here's what's going on. You know,
Yeah.
you just kind of have to go with it. Whereas I think Western cartoons do a better job of like keeping the audience engaged the whole time. And I think that's kind of what caused me to like have a rough relationship with it. I mean, honestly, still to this day, but it's other reasons nowadays.
Yeah, no, I watched as a child. I mean, as a young girl, seeing like these really pretty characters go into pretty costumes and do pretty transformations, I was hooked. Which was great. And then like I just like continued because that was my start into anime. I dressed up as her for Halloween. Yep, that actually happened. I will not find a picture. That's gonna stay hidden forever.
I've seen
Um,
many a Sailor Moon Halloween costume.
Oh yeah, this was something. I don't want to talk about it. But anyways, yeah, so it was my favorite. We would go, I remember vividly when Blockbuster was still a thing. We would go to Blockbuster and rent the movies, and I'd rent the same 3 movies every time, and I'd make Bill watch them every time. And my mom, I'm pretty certain. So I like grew up loving it, and then I always would, and I think as a kid, I really only watched up to I watched the first season, the 3rd season, and then the 4th season. The 2nd season, like, there was a dub, but I just don't remember really watching it, which is weird. And then the 5th season just never premiered in America.
Well, the 5th season was famous for having the male characters that turned into ladies, and they didn't really want to have to
Well,
explain that in the 90s.
And it technically was the opposite way around. Yeah, no, it really was. Like they introduced these new Sailor Scouts that were ladies, but in their human non-Sailor Scout bodies, they were men. And they already struggled with the whole Sailor
Cousins.
Saturn and Sailor Neptune being cousins, even though they were lesbians, but you know, they didn't it was not the time, I guess, in American TV series and everything. But now it's totally acceptable, and they changed the dubs. The new dubbing now follows what the actual plots would be. But yeah, I was introduced to it very young, followed it. I remember watching when I discovered there was a season 5, watching it on YouTube in like parts when you could see anime on YouTube in like episode 3, part 1 of 3, episode 3, part 2 of 3. Yes. I
When
would
they could
sit
only
through.
do like 10-minute clips, so you'd have to watch like 20 parts to see a whole movie.
Yes, exactly. I was
Oh,
doing
yeah.
that with Sailor Moon season 5.
And the best was when one part got copyright struck, so there was just missing. So there's just that chunk of the movie.
Oh
missing.
God, yes.
Or
It was like part 5 of 20 was like copyright claimed, and it's like, oh man, I just have to guess what that 10 minutes was.
or the last part would always be like 5 minutes, and it would literally be 1 minute of the rest of the episode and then just the outro. So you would literally click it to watch the 1 minute and then be like, skip. I want the next episode. That
Yeah.
was a time on YouTube. I missed that period of time. YouTube
I really
sucks now.
don't. I thought it was. I think like if you want to actually engage in like watching your favorite shows, it's so much easier now. I don't miss those
Well,
days.
Yeah.
fair.
But,
We
but
have
now you have to pay
options now.
for it. The thing is, though, back then
Not
it was
really.
free.
Not really. If you scour the internet, you can find
Oh,
anything you
well.
want for
Well,
free.
Yeah, well, I did that too, and that's how I got my first computer virus. Was watching anime on
Always
an
a good stuff.
anime site.
See, Alex got computer viruses. I discovered hentai. That's just how things happen.
I mean, what's the difference? So
Valid.
It's true. It's a virus
Yeah.
in itself.
so we mentioned, yeah, Sailor Moon was made by Naoko Takuchi, right? And I believe she
Yes.
still runs it. And she's married to Yoshiro Togashi, the creator of Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter. See, I like Yu
Yes.
Yu Hakusho. That's an easy one. But like, is she running Hunter x Hunter now? Because I know Togashi's had a lot of health issues recently. And I thought I had heard that she had kind of taken some creative direction for Hunter x Hunter because Togashi isn't really able to anymore.
I know, like, the last thing I heard about was that she was learning to draw in the art style to potentially take it over, but I'm not completely sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because I believe Hunter x Hunter is just kind of coming out like Black Clover is now, where it's just whenever they can release a chapter is when they're releasing a chapter at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is
I mean,
sad because Hunter x Hunter is so good.
I mean, I should get to Hunter x Hunter at some point, but I
should.
feel like they should
Right
at this
now.
point probably be
Cancel the
considering. Please, I feel like they probably should be working on like ending it, but you know, that's just my opinion. It's like with where Berserk is right now. Like they are trying to end it. It's just they have a lot of webs to untangle before they end it, so it might be a while.
I feel like that might be kind of the same thing with Hunter x Hunter, is that there's probably still a lot of story that needs to be told. Like the good thing about like Black Clover is that like roughly if something happened, they could wrap it up and it would be fine. Like, you agree, Bill? Like they could at this point where the manga is. But Hunter x Hunter, it's kind of like, I think there's still a lot of unknowns. So if they were to like end it, it would be kind of similar to the Yu Yu Hakusho ending, where it just was kind of like, okay, we're over. I want to do something else instead.
It felt like with Yu Yu, he kind of just wrapped it up so he could move on to Hunter x Hunter.
He literally didn't want to do it anymore, but they were like, we need one more arc. So he made the Three Kings arc. That's why our boy Kuwabara just kind of disappears for that last arc because he kind of had to wrap it up.
Yeah. Urameshi, I have to go away. Maybe I'll see you in another life. He's my favorite.
Accurate.
I love him.
He's my favorite too. I thought his name was Urameshi the whole time.
If I could do a red pompadour like that, I would totally cosplay him.
We could make it work. We could make you one. Anything's possible. Or you could just wear the cheese hat and paint it red.
I love dairy products, Urameshi. They make my bones stronger.
That would actually work though. Just put a bunch of like a wig over.
He would. He's like, hey, Urameshi, this American football is kind of cool.
I still think the funniest part is like right at the end of Yu Yu Hakusho. There's that one scene with like all of them like dressed up, like they're like cosplaying Sailor Moon, and that was complete.
Oh, yeah.
They hadn't met yet. It was completely just like they
It
were
was
fans of each.
fate.
It was fake.
Jinx.
They were
Jinx.
fans of each
You
other's
owe
work
me.
apparently, and that was just a little
Wow.
reference. And then they ended up
I'll go
meeting.
get you a root beer.
Thank you. Wait, no.
Root beer.
Cream soda.
No, root beer.
Root
Peter
beer.
Griffin. No, root beer. No, Peter Griffin.
So going back to the game
I
now.
love that stupid video. All right,
So the
yeah. So this game, pretty
There's a
similar to Sailor
game?
Moon S. Yeah, it was developed.
I thought
as
we
you
were just
said-
talking about Sailor Moon. What's
Yes.
that? Is that a DVD? Did you steal one of my DVDs? How dare you?
It's a video CD.
Yeah.
might as well be, honestly.
Yes, as we said, this game is developed by Tose, who makes a lot of weeby Japanesey games like
Yes,
Dragon Quest,
Japanese.
Dragon Ball games. They
Starfy.
famously did all the Game and Watch games, the Game and Watch
Hmm.
Gallery games for Nintendo, which are pretty cool.
And they
And
did
yeah,
the
there's-
Legend of Staffy or Starfy.
I do love Starfy. you fucking New Englander. It's Staffy. Legend of
Staffy.
Staffy over there. Yeah. And Tose, they decided to make this game. Okay, before we get into the gameplay, we need to talk about this goddamn intro because okay, so it starts out 2D, right? Like it's
Yes.
Sailor Moon and what's his name? Tuxedo Mask, is that his name?
Yes.
His only appearance in this game, by the way, is in that intro.
Yeah, and they're dancing or whatever. I don't know. I assume they have like a love tension throughout the series. I have no idea.
Yeah, they're like faded lovers.
Okay. Just a guess. And then, but then it goes from like decent, like 2D looking to just this like gross
3D
ass,
abomination.
like fucking looks like 3D animation. Like
It
I
looks
know
like
they were
the end of Power Rangers the movie.
yeah, like fucking Ivan Ooze. Yeah, it looks really bad, and I got concerned.
When me and Alex played this like way back, I remember I started because I had seen this like previously, and I was like, "Ooh, that's bad." When I showed Alex,
Yeah.
her response was like, "No." you literally just went, "No."
Is this new
Well-
3D Sailor Moon better or worse than that?
Well, so it was so bad they went back and reanimated it to 2D to get rid of it. So
That's not good.
it wasn't great. I mean, like they
Okay.
just had a lot of very loopy features and yeah, I'd Google it. Just Google Sailor Moon Crystal bad animation and you'll
Ooh.
see some of the joy that came out of it. It was also, I will say, it was pretty early for like Toei's 3D animation, but it was bad. And it was so bad that originally they were planning on doing the whole every single season was going to get its own series, and then the last 3 seasons were just movies because it was so bad.
It was like, we just got to wrap this shit up kind of thing.
No,
Pretty much.
basically they did the movies just for the fans that were still like, I still love Sailor Moon, but why did you do this? Yes. So it was bad. I'm Googling the as people know, my computer is dying, so I have to look at everything on my iPad. So I have to search via there because I can't on the computer. But yeah, like this is one of my favorites. Like I really like why
Yeah, I
does she
saw that
look so,
picture,
why
like,
does she look so spin and like these aren't
Is it-
exaggerated. These happened.
Is it similar to like that like 3D Berserk that they did where it just looks kind of off?
Yeah. Yeah, it was very early. It looked bad. And then like not even the 2D animation looked good either, which also just pissed people off. Yeah, it was just bad choices. Many bad choices that stacked upon, and the 3D just it didn't look good, and they just stopped it after season 1 because it was bad. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
really bad.
I just found a random video from 10 years ago that says Sailor Moon Crystal has bad animation. Get over it.
Oh boy.
No,
I'm
yeah,
like that's really, oh man, that's not a good response to that.
yeah. I mean, like considering, I feel like it's more common now than we think. Like, especially when they rush to put it out, because I think a lot of people have seen like the 7 Deadly Sins bad animation stills. There's been a lot of them, so I feel like it just happens. It's just they fumbled a classic series that so many people really loved, and we were all pissed about it.
Yeah.
I mean, all the fans still watched it because they did go back and fix it, but at that point it was kind of too late, and they really just couldn't recover.
So is it a case of because anime is getting so much more popular now that they're like, oh, these old anime, we should like try to revive them, and then they do, and they're like, oh, but we don't really have the money to do it right, so like we're gonna just I don't know, try to get it out there because people want to see it, right? They don't give a shit, and then that's kind of how we get where we get.
Well, I think it was almost like taking the beloved series and then like putting it in like the way of like following the manga, because like kind of like I said earlier, it followed the manga, but it changed a lot, and it was also just a lot of filler in between. So this was like a true telling of what was in the manga.
Yeah.
And
it's common, like animes tend not to follow the manga for, various reasons.
Yeah, which I feel like nowadays, like I feel like they tend to follow it more, but like at the time Sailor Moon came out, like a lot of them would either do like Full Metal Alchemist, where they just ran out of content and just kept going, or even like
One Piece.
Yeah, or like One Piece,
where they're like, oh shit, we caught up, we have to wait, here's just some bullshit for 3 hours.
Yeah, like they would put a bunch of filler, and nowadays like I feel like you don't nearly see as many filler as you used to then. And this was more of like I think like translating the story to a wider audience, but also the reason why it was Monster of the Week was to sell toys.
Well, it was also they deliberately based it off of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Like it was to sell toys and merchandise and
yeah. Well, a lot of kid shows back then, that's what they were made for. Like Transformers, the only reason it exists was to sell toys.
Yeah. And that's why they brought it over to the US, was because like, oh, we could probably make some money off of this by selling toys to everyone.
Yeah. They're like, oh, it might appeal to kids. Kids like cartoons. Here's a dumb Japanese cartoon. These will never go anywhere.
It's not dumb. It's a wonderful story.
They're all dumb. All anime is
dumb.
No, all anime is, Alex, all anime is kind of dumb. I love it, but it is kind of dumb.
No, it is not. Not all anime is dumb. You take that back right now.
Have you watched Neon Genesis Evangelion? That gets pretty dumb.
Well, I watched Grave of the Fireflies recently, and I still don't feel well after watching that one. So.
Yeah, that's not dumb. That's just sad and depressing, but beautiful art. But that's not dumb. It's meaningful.
But it is dumb. Unlike my favorite cartoon, SpongeBob. That's not dumb at all.
No, that is like that's
high art
level.
That is high art.
That should be in museums. We should just have stills of that. But any of the new stuff that can go away.
It like the first run of SpongeBob, that early era, is the equivalent of reading Socrates.
I agree. I agree.
Anytime I have a coworker
in history books, we're gonna have SpongeBob in it someday.
Anytime I see a coworker like doing something like precise at work and they're like struggling, I always walk up behind them and go, "Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob!
SpongeBob, careful!"
There's so many good quotes.
Or when somebody's like fumbling with something, I'd say, "Firmly grasp it."
So the game itself.
Anyway, back to this fucking game.
The CGI intro is abysmal. The song
bad.
is fun because it's the opening intro song, the Japanese version.
Wait,
Greg,
sing the intro.
I can't.
What?
I don't.
Why
remember.
not?
I don't know it off the top of my head.
Bill, sing the intro.
Otherwise, if I knew the words, I would.
Fighting Evil by Moonlight.
Yes.
That's about all I remember.
How dare you?
But I was gonna say with the intro, it's like it's bad, but it's not like so bad it's amazing. It's just not good.
It's just like
take that back right now.
No, we're talking about
the 3D stuff. No, the intro of the show is
the
fine.
Song. I thought we were talking about the song, and I was gonna be like, you take that back.
The song's okay. Song. It's no Burning Rangers.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
But anyways, yeah. So we get to the game itself. All the menus were Japanese, so I was just like, "Oh, what's going on?" I think the first one's like there's like arcade mode, versus mode, There's probably like a training thing or whatever.
In pizza
Options, settings. Yeah, I wish there was a pizza mode. And so yeah, so I went to story mode and you select all the characters. Now you played this on the hardware. I emulated it. I had a problem emulating this game. For some reason, it ran really fast. Now so now originally what I thought the problem is on the Opera the Opera core in RetroArch, you can increase the CPU speed of the 3DO, right? And I normally have it at like 2x just to kind of get rid of like load times and things. But it can cause glitches like that. So I was like, let me bring it down to 1. Maybe it'll slow it down to normal. And it slowed it down a little bit, not much. And so I was like, this is weird. And so I went into 4DO thinking maybe it'll run better there. It didn't. So I played a few rounds of it, but it was like much faster than it needed to be. So I probably didn't get a good like appreciation for the gameplay. Because I was just like, oh, this is bad.
I don't think
like
there
this.
was much good gameplay when we played.
No.
Either.
It feels like it's just trying to be Street Fighter.
It's trying to be Street Fighter with a little bit of SNK in there.
Yeah, I could see the SNK fighter influence in there as well. Yeah, it's very basic. Though I'll give the game credit in that is it accommodates like the moveset for the 3DO controller. Like your A, B, and C are all moves, and then you can have the R button as like a 4th move.
Did you?
That's really all
you didn't play physical console. I was going to ask, did you use your Capcom controller? But
I don't have a way to connect that to the PC. Otherwise, I would have.
Because I know when we played, we did the daisy chaining.
Has Alex seen the Capcom fight pad?
No, I haven't. What is this mysterious item?
It is a controller specifically made for fighting games.
So it was originally made by Capcom for the 3DO port of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, but you can use it on basically any 3DO game, and it looks like this.
Oh, that's weird. Wait, how do you hold it?
You hold it like this. So
okay,
it has
I
some
see it a
grooves in
little
the
more
back to
now.
where you can kind of place your hands on it. And so
It's
like
still
the
weird.
D-pad part, the D-pad, and you have your pause and X right here, and then all the buttons are kind of slanted. I think it's meant to look like an arcade.
Yeah, it's supposed to be kind of like
thing.
an arcade cab.
And
I
will
was
say,
expecting you to grab like a big square thing, like the Nintendo one.
No, it feels like it's trying to be somewhere in between, and it's
I don't know what it's trying to be. It
it's
kind of
more-
looked like a balloon animal when you first pulled it
a
out.
little bit, yeah, or like a tumor. But like it looks more comfortable to hold than you'd think. But there's not many games this is worth playing with.
Wait, does it feel more comfortable or does it just look comfortable?
No, I said it feels comfortable than it looks.
You said
More
it
comfortable
looks,
than it
so
looks.
I was confused.
No, it looks fucking weird, but like Capcom's laser etched right in there, which is nice.
Oh.
But yeah, it's a weird controller, but like I tried playing Gex with this and it didn't work. So no. But I will say that D-pad is really nice. But I'd be curious to try that Sailor Moon game out with this. But like, how much was that game? Was it super pricey?
I paid $50.
Not
I
bad
got
at
it.
all.
I got it in person though at a convention, so I didn't have to pay import fees.
Well, that's good. Let me peruse eBay real quick, or peruse, or whatever. I can't talk.
Peruse?
Going into the game a little bit, I did mess around a little bit with the. Are you okay down there, Alex?
I don't know. I'm tired.
I said the wrong word. I'm sorry. Yeah, looking at these prices, it's weird. There's some people who are selling it for like 300. There's some people who are selling it for $300, and then other people are selling it for like 55. Weird.
What did you pay for it, Bill?
Like 50 at Retro World last year.
Ah.
Well, when I start getting paid again, I'll look into it.
Yes.
But I messed around a bit with the arcade mode. The arcade mode is basically you pick a character and it's like Mortal Kombat. You just fight everybody and then that's it.
Yeah, didn't we like pick? Now I'm kind of remembering the fighting game after looking at some screenshots. I think we like played almost every character at least once.
We went right into versus.
Yes.
And we kind of just would pick random combinations because So the only options you get are these the main 5, and then you get the later additions, and I think Mini Moon, the little
Yes,
one.
I'm 99% certain Mini Moon was there because I'm pretty certain.
Yeah,
Chibi-Usa.
Chibi
But in the game, she's called Sailor Chibi Moon.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, that's her.
And I saw that, and I'm like, she doesn't really look like Sailor Moon.
That's her daughter.
It still doesn't look like her.
It's anime logic.
It's the pink hair.
Yes.
Yes, and the red eyes. Does she look like her father either?
Who's her father?
Tuxedo Mask.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Also,
He
I
looks
love
like he looks like he dyes his hair. Okay.
It's pink, naturally.
Yes.
So
Or
what's
Sailor Moon's a cheater. She cheated.
I mean, maybe. Who knows? Maybe it's Kubara.
Damn.
that is an alternate universe right there.
Wait, I feel like it would be the
Hey,
redhead guy.
red and blonde mixed together to make pink.
Oh, I was thinking the other red-haired guy. What was his name again? The long red hair. He also
in Kurama.
Yes.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah, I think he'd do it more than Kuwabara. He's too hung up
Well, no,
on that one character.
Yeah,
he's
likes
too hung up on what's her name? I forget her name.
The Ice Girl.
Ice Girl. Yeah.
His sister.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Simp Central for that. Yeah. Sailor Moon, Sailor Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Venus, Pluto, and Uranus. Is that right?
Basically,
Did you say
all of
Neptune?
them.
I did not say Neptune.
Yeah, it's basically all of them except for Saturn for some reason. I guess because season 3 Saturn was having a moment.
I thought
Whatever
well,
that
because
means.
so Saturn in that series too is like she appears, but she only appeared like in like I think honestly the very last episode is when she appeared. So maybe I don't know, depending on when this game came out, maybe she hadn't been like put into existence yet.
I just found it weird that they put Tuxedo Mask in the intro, but he's not a fighter. He's not even in the game.
Yeah, he's just monitoring.
The only thing I could guess,
from a dark room.
Even though it doesn't really make sense in the fighting game world, maybe the idea of having a guy beat up on the women seemed kind of weird. And that's why they
also, why would he be beating up the Sailor Scouts? That would just be a weird choice.
Why are they beating each other up?
I mean, they fight each other in the show so often.
Yeah. But in the end, it always comes down to friendship. The power of friendship.
I mean, Alex, there is plenty of reasons why Mars
That's as anime as it gets
on Sailor Moon.
Hell yeah. Yeah, but in the end, it's the friendship.
So
it says here they enter a tournament to fight against each other and become the winning victor. So it's all like an exhibition. It's anime has its tournament arc, right? Or like shonen anime does. I don't know if Sailor Moon has a tournament arc, but if it does, it's this game. This is the tournament arc.
There's no tournament arc in Sailor Moon.
Well, it's called. They put it in the game. That's why.
Also, this game
it wouldn't make sense for a tournament.
Exactly.
Arc. They're saving the world. They're saving the planet against other outside invaders from space.
Sure.
That's the plot.
It's morphin time.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It really is. Yeah. Except pretty in space. But one was demoted. How do you think that would work? Like in the Sailor Scouts. Pluto.
Oh yeah, Pluto got demoted.
How do you think that works? Do you think they fired her? In terms of
I thought you meant like the character got demoted. I thought the planet. It's like, well, yeah, the planet.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, did she lose her Sailor Scoutness? Because she's no longer a planet.
Well, does Sailor Moon Crystal ever talk about that? Because Pluto was demoted in 2006.
I'm pretty certain the manga ended before that.
I don't think Japan cares that much.
Also, yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
it was too far gone.
This is Sailor Moon, dude.
No, it's not just.
It is.
No, it's not. That's what I say.
So,
squish.
The game itself, fighting-wise, like there are combos, or at least there tries to be combos. I looked them up in the manual.
Could we figure them out?
Well, that was the problem. They're all in the manual,
Mhm.
but you can only read the ups and downs because all the buttons are in Japanese.
I was able to find them online. It was some like weird fan wiki or whatever, and yeah, it was like all the characters I think have like 2 or 3 moves, and then below your health bar is like sort of that charge meter.
Yep.
Where I think it's the idea if you charge it up, you can do like a special attack, like say in like Street Fighter Alpha or 3 or whatever. But I could never really figure out how to do those. So
Mhm.
like a Sailor Moon, I was just throwing the projectile thing because I think it's just your typical like down toward low punch kind of a thing. She also has like a Shoryuken type of move as well.
Hmm.
But yeah, like it's very simplistic. Though I wouldn't necessarily say that's a bad thing because they're, probably aiming it at more of the demographic of the show. So, trying to not make it too super complicated is perfectly fine. And
But there
basing
was
it
a really
on-
big male audience.
Well, I'm not saying there wasn't, but they know the main
Adult male.
demographic. Well, yeah. But I think basing it on something familiar like Street Fighter 2 was the right move to do because you can kind of figure it out just by playing it, and it does the same thing as Street Fighter 2. Like when you win, the screen slows down, and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we figured it out relatively quickly, and then I feel like we just kicked each other the whole time. I think that's what
Well,
we
yeah,
delved into. Is
That's
just
what
like,
I did a lot.
they
Like,
had this low kick to the ground, like you would squat and then go.
Yep.
I believe it just turned into that most of the time.
A lot of times I would just be like chibi Sailor Moon and just bite their ankles until they died.
Yeah.
It was almost like odd job cheating.
I think I used Sailor Pluto most of the time, and she was like OP.
Yeah, because she had a giant stick.
Yeah, she had the giant staff. And
She
was like,
does have the giant staff. Yeah.
Yes, it was
She's
very.
Jade.
It worked great.
She's the Jade of this game.
Yeah. Because I remember I would use like Sailor Mars and like I would just kind of mash buttons and occasionally like she'd do a fire move and I'd be like, oh, that's cool. I did something.
Yeah,
How'd I do
it's
it?
not very techy when it comes to fighting games, but
No, it
that's fine.
is.
It's not Blaze Blue. It's not Guilty Gear. But that's again.
It's
it doesn't
Sailor
need to
Moon.
be. It doesn't need to be. Yes, it's perfectly fine.
I will say I did like some of the art directions in the game. Like I do like the main menu when you press because when you start the game, it's like press the P button. And when you press the P button, the two cats like walk past each other, and I'm like, that's cute. Like that's
yeah.
I'm
The
lost.
cats were there, and
I'm lost.
Alex is in
Now-
the void right now.
I'm in the void. I'm
the Sailor Moon,
scary
void.
over
The Sailor
here.
Void.
So
Are you getting captured by the Sailor Starlights or whatever?
Yeah.
Because I looked them up. I'm like, they look like the fucking Team Rocket of this show.
No, they were other Sailor Scouts from a different universe that came to the planet to find their moon princess, basically their Sailor Moon equivalent. And they were kind of they were kind of mean to the Sailor Scouts at first, and then they worked together, but there was a lot of drama, and one of them
Mhm.
fell in love with Sailor Moon.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
So it's like Knuckles to Sonic. A complicated relationship.
It's not expecting you to say Sonic.
I just got the
I
image of
compare
like
everything to Sonic, okay?
I mean, yes, understandable.
I just got that image from like the freaking Sonic Boom show of like Sonic shoving the sandwich into Knuckles' mouth. I don't know why. That's what comes to mind.
You gotta
Establish
review that
dominance.
that TV series.
I was gonna say, if you want to do Sonic Boom, I'll show up. do it.
Yes,
We'll do it.
I gotta watch it. I get the clips on my reels all the time. When they're not 9/11 coded, they're usually trash.
Sir, another Knuckles has hit the towers.
Bad, and they still pop up all the time. Like, this is the one time I'm grateful for Slade
See, now I'm
sending
just
me.
imagining like 9/11, but the planes are being flown by like the Chaotix gang.
It's Uganda Knuckles. This is Dewey.
Do it
I'm,
into
I'm
the.
so, I'm so glad that meme died.
I'm
Fucking
so
meme.
sad that meme died. It should have
hated it.
lasted forever.
I
How-
hated it.
No, let's bring it back.
No,
Let's bring it back.
Let's not.
Please,
Let's
please
go
don't.
Dewey.
Look, Sonic is like somewhat respectable these days. Okay, I don't want it to get worse.
No,
So-
it will always be trash. You know who the fan base is.
Yeah, I know. I'm in
They
it.
made inflation.
Well,
Sure
I'm
did.
not in that. I'm not in that section of the fucking fandom.
Uh-huh.
I'm okay. No.
Sure. All
So-
Sonic fans are. They just don't want to admit it.
Nope. I'm fine.
Alex, have you discovered Chris Chan yet?
Yeah, I actually did. I actually saw a video of him getting arrested, and then it was explaining why he got arrested because he I don't want to say it.
Yeah, we don't need to.
Yeah.
We don't need to go any
But I
farther
know
there.
why, and I've heard about Sonichu.
Anyways, so moving on from that. So
Sonic.
this game,
She bought Sonic Heroes today.
it's all coming full circle.
Is this more chaotic than your episodes usually are?
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
More
Well,
stressful.
to be fair,
No, I'm
There's not-
good.
there
I'm
is not
doing
much.
great.
But I
there's
have
not much-
3.
Don't pop this one.
Throw it.
This
throw
one's
it.
already.
Think fast.
Oh, Jesus.
Ah,
Christ.
shit. I missed.
Yeah, so there's not much to say about this game. It is a very by the numbers anime fighter, especially for this time where they were all
Yeah.
basically this.
And it's not the only anime fighter on the system, weirdly enough.
no, there's actually
especially exclusive to it.
because there's the Yu Yu Hakusho one that we'll be covering at
Yeah.
some point in the future as
Again,
Oh.
these two people are just intertwined. It's like Metroid and Castlevania.
It was
They're
meant
just
to be.
they're just forever linked.
Yes.
I really enjoyed that on the back. Like I've never noticed this before. That there's like a little multiplayer thing, and it says 1 to 2 players, but then next to it, it's like 2 pads. It's like I'd assume so.
No, they just share it.
No, you
They
have to
huddle
share.
around it.
It's a rough cycle. They need 2 pads.
But,
Anywho,
So I looked up reception for this game out of curiosity, and apparently there is a bunch of American reviews because this game was actually a fairly popular import game. Next Generation gave it 2 out of 5 stars,
ooh,
and Player One gave it 25%.
this sounds like a great game.
According to Famitsu, it sold 1,100 copies, so more than the Jaguar.
well, it almost sold 20,000 units in its life.
Yes.
Almost.
So one of the Next Generation review is kind of funny. It says, while the premise is interesting, the animation is stilted. The controls aren't as
A
smooth as
little
they
bit.
could be.
Honestly, a little bit.
Overall, the game is of interest to fighting game collectors only. I don't even think that's accurate, honestly. I think it's only interesting to
Yeah.
like anime fans or Sailor Moon fans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause,
I'd
like,
honestly
'cause-
say just Sailor Moon fans.
Yeah, because like the animation is not as solid as like the show. 'Cause
Yeah.
From what I remember, the show had pretty solid animation, especially
90s,
for
yeah.
the time. Yeah.
And especially because they just kept copy and pasting it over and over.
Well, that was every animation
Well,
back
they,
then.
they spent their time making the really good stuff to just
Yes.
reuse it. You know
Yes.
exactly.
So there,
Over and over.
the Spanish magazine Games
Isn't that-
Tech actually reviewed this game and considered it. They regarded it as the best fighting game in the Sailor Moon franchise.
Oh,
Is there another Sailor Moon fighting
I
game?
think there is a couple.
There's
think there might
two
be a
on
couple
the there's 2 on the Super Nintendo.
I
Isn't
imagine those are better. They have
There's
to be.
like a couple beat 'em ups, and then
There's the most famous Sailor Moon game is the RPG on the Super
Yeah.
Nintendo. Another story.
Yeah.
And then, so here's another one. Retro Gamer, they considered it an excellent 2D fighting game. Sure.
Yeah.
And he included it on the. Okay, this is where I know this review's bullshit. He said it's on the same level as Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo and Samurai Showdown.
Not
Get the
even
fuck outta
fucking
town.
close.
has he
Not
played the
even.
game?
I don't think he did.
Yep.
Yeah. The other Sailor Moon fighting game I could find was Bisho Ojo Senshi Sailor Moon S Jogai Rento? Shuyaku Sode Susen. We'll see. But that was done by Arc System Works. So
that's probably better.
I get the sense it's probably a much better fighting game to play than this.
This
there was
game,
a lot of Sailor Moon games.
there was
Yeah,
surprisingly.
Oh, that's Dragon Ball. Why did that pop up? I typed in Sailor
Dragon
Moon
Ball
games.
fighting
Dragon
games
Ball.
is- I'll say Dragon Ball games is a whole nother dimension.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We're not going there.
thank
But yeah, it seems like most of them are like action beat 'em up kind of games.
Yeah.
Sure, I guess. Some of them look like Final Fight or Streets of Rage or whatever. Yeah, RPG one, yeah, I've never played it, but I know people tend to really like it.
It's a little too long for what it is, and it's a little too grindy, but it's kind of fun.
Okay. Is it like an action RPG?
No, it's a turn-based. Like it's straight up Final Fantasy.
Huh. Weird.
Does it
have the ATB system?
I don't think I think it's more like old school Final Fantasy.
Okay. And then apparently they made a Sailor Moon game for the DS in 2011, but it was exclusive to Italy.
Why not?
Called Sailor Moon La Luna Splende. So we need to ask our boy Tony, the resident Italian, about this game, because I imagine he knows everything about it.
That's such a
That
that
is
is so
very random.
This was
like,
a random thing I've ever seen.
That's like as random as like that one Inuyasha RPG that only came out in America on the DS, like for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a match 3 puzzle game called Sailor Moon Drops.
What'd she drop?
Oh, it's on the
Bejeweled.
iPhone.
It's no Honey Pop.
No.
Anyway.
It's no Royal Kingdom.
I don't think Alex knows what Honey Pop is.
I don't want to know. I'm scared.
She doesn't need to know.
I'm
No, she
scared.
It's a better game than it deserves to be. I'll say that.
Yeah. So
I'm even more scared.
Why is there apparently there's an Italian adaptation of Sailor Moon?
Oh yeah, there is.
Sailor Moon in
Yeah.
Italy. So is Sailor Moon attached to Italy for some fucking reason?
I think they just like shows like this because I'm pretty certain. Do you know what the Winx Club is?
No.
That was a show similar to Sailor Moon, except there was fairies and they did fairy animation, fairy transformations.
Fairy
And I'm
Moon.
pretty certain. No, Winx Club.
Oh.
Winx Club. But I'm pretty certain it was made by an Italian. It was made in Italy and then dubbed in America. So I just think they like that. I just think they like that stuff.
It's possible. So
Yeah.
must play. Okay, stay away.
Oh God, what is this? What is this Winx Club? This looks awful.
Must watch the intro.
I guess I have to now. I just look at it. No, I've looked it up and I'm looking at like the art for it. And I'm like, this looks like some like generic like cartoon on like the CW or something. What the fuck, man?
I mean, I'm pretty certain it's Italian animation. I'm like 99% certain. Like the original. I need to know. I need to remember now.
Well,
Oh yeah,
of
this
those-
game must play. Okay, stay away.
I'm gonna say
That's a
stay
tough one.
away unless you're like extremely curious, because like
Just look up the intro cutscene on YouTube.
yeah, and if you don't get scared away by that, I mean,
The intro is a must play. The rest of it,
Yes.
yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Like that one I mentioned that's like Arc System Works. Play that one. That might be a better fighting game.
yeah, like if
It can't be any worse.
if you're desperate to play a fighter on 3DO, there are much better options.
Yes.
Like Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo
Samurai
or Mortal
Showdown.
Kombat 2.
Oh yeah, because that's there now.
Yeah.
Hell, even
Fuck yeah.
balls is better.
That is
That's-
a great game. That is a great game, Bill.
Sure.
I think I
Alex.
disassociated while I was playing that game.
No, I won every single round. It was a great game. I'm the champion.
it's easy. It's easy as hell.
Not for Bill. Not for Bill. I won every time.
I couldn't
Bill didn't
handle
win
Alex.
a single time.
Alex had straight up crazy energy while she was playing that game, and I was just like, I can't do it.
I
right
mean, she's just matching what the game's giving her.
Yes. Yes.
Let's be
Balls.
real here. 3D balls.
So Alex, must play okay, stay away.
Beans. Beans.
Okay, I'm gonna put that on this card.
Beans. Beans
Just
are
kidding.
awesome. They're wicked
Just kidding.
awesome.
Just kidding. Just kidding. If you like Sailor Moon, check it out. But also, like, don't spend money on it. Like, if you're just curious, like, I would just watch a video.
Well, apparently, even emulating it's not easy because it runs faster.
Just watch the intro
it's
cutscene.
weird. Yeah, I can't even recommend emulating it because for some reason it runs like ass.
So
Yeah, just watch the intro cutscene. It either
I'm just
can
gonna-
beans.
I'm gonna say stay away across the board on this one.
A can of raw beans.
Yeah,
They are cooked before they're put in the can.
with
Whatever.
bushes, with the dog. The dog's gonna be like,
You open the can and just a bush pops out.
no, you don't remember the commercials with the dog?
Yeah,
The
I
guy's
remember
like-
the commercials with the dog. Yeah, they still
Feed
do
my
them.
can of beans.
I don't watch like
I hope
TV
so.
anymore.
What you
so I
doing to
don't
my
know.
water?
Give me my beans.
Sound like what you doing to my water?
So that was Sailor Moon. There's literally nothing to this game. It is the most by the numbers anime fighter I think you'll ever play.
Like
in
it
all honesty.
feels like they were like, okay, we have the beta figured out. Here you go. And they're like, oh great, that's the game. And they're like, wait, we wanted to refine it more. They're like, no, you're good. Who gives a shit?
I think Tose got a check and they were like, okay, here's a game.
Woo! Move on to the
I
next.
mean, some of Tose's output very much feels like they got a check.
Yeah.
No disrespect to them, but some of the stuff they've done over the years is kind of whatever.
Yeah.
They're would you call them like a B developer? Kind of.
Yeah.
A B
Yeah.
movie developer?
Yeah, like jazz.
They're working on the second one. No, there's no confirmation, but
Who made the B movie game?
Beanox.
Oh, B a fucking
Beanox.
course it was Beanox.
they did
damn
that
it.
just for the joke.
I
If
wanna
you
th- I
ever
wanna
review
think
the
so.
B-
1,000% it was the joke. Absolutely.
Yes.
Because like they had vicarious visions at that point and they would have done it, but no, fucking Beanox.
I like the thought of like Activision being like, so we got the license for the B movie. Beanox, you're gonna do it, right? And they're just like, okay.
Yeah, because
yes.
if you look at Beanox's output, it's mostly just kind of whatever work. Like it's nothing that crazy.
Until they ended up doing a not Nitro Kart, the Crash Team Racing remake.
Yeah. Well, they did some of the Skylander stuff, and now they're just kind of sucked into that, eternal Call of Duty hell that most Activision studios are in these days.
Yeah, that's the Sailor Moon portion. I guess now we can hop into the news.
Sure. We'll see how much Alex has to say about this. So let's see.
I'm scared.
So, so last week
Is it B movie?
No.
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, damn it.
So last week, I think I had mentioned the Gex trilogy was not working on the Switch 2
Mhm.
because it got the list and everything. They have now patched it and it works now. So if anybody was
Yay!
worried, there you go. So yeah, let's see. Oh, this is one for Bill. McLaren and Sonic announce a partnership more than 3 decades after Ayrton Senna's famous Sonic Trophy win. So
Yes.
the British motor racing team McLaren Racing has joined a multi-year partnership with Sonic the Hedgehog.
So that
So
trophy
what
is
this? What does this mean? Like they're just going to put Sonic on the fucking car?
I hope so.
so
I hope
this
it's
isn't
that picture of Sonic and Mario kissing.
oh god.
You have to get Nintendo's permission for that one.
So for anyone who's wondering, the Sonic trophy is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm
Wow,
looking
I
at it
can
right now. It's
totally
actually kind of
see
cool.
it. This is what I do to Bill all the time. I just annoy the shit out of him. It's fun going on to other podcasts and continuing.
And we're just like, yeah, this is fun.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is Sega
Bill
was
wants to
actually
die.
Sega actually sponsored the Williams F1 team that year.
Yeah.
And the side of their car famously, like in the spot where like the driver's legs would be, they put Sonic's legs.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I hope
Like,
they
it was-
do that again.
That would be fun. Yeah, it's just so funny. Like somewhere in the McLaren HQ, that Sonic trophy is there because all the trophies are still at like the
Well, if you go to their Twitter, they actually did post a picture of it. They're like, "Oh, we found it."
That is cool.
Yeah.
And McLaren is kicking ass in F1 right now, so that'd be pretty fucking cool.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. So the next game in the Switch 2's game library is dropping. I'm surprised it didn't take a year. Just took like a couple weeks. And we're getting Super Mario Strikers. So
cool.
A good pick, a good game. Better than the newest one on Switch, in my opinion.
Any Tomodachi Life updates?
He's dead. My Tomodachi is dead.
Last I checked, the Tomodachi Life.
Wait, are you thinking of Tamagotchi?
Yeah. Hey, it's not my fault. They have like one letter difference.
So Alex, Tomodachi Life Living the Dream gets is 2026. So
God fucking damn it. I want it now.
We also don't have a Switch 2.
Oh, it's only gonna be the Switch 2?
Is it really? I thought when they announced it was Switch 1.
Oh, maybe it is.
Unknown.
Oh no, it is confirmed that's on original Switch. Never mind.
Yay!
Thanks. Stop trusting Google's fucking AI shit. It's never right.
Yeah. I recommend you eat at least one rock a day.
Oh, if you type in like a random word, or I've proven it with just if you type in like fuck and then your sentence, the AI won't appear. They might have fixed it, but the last couple times I tried, it didn't pop up.
Let me see this.
It didn't like the swear word.
No, it's there.
Damn it! They must have fixed it.
God
But
damn
for
it.
a good while, it wasn't working. So, God damn it. I don't want AI in everything.
I don't think anybody does, really.
Why? I keep getting commercials for it, and they just make me upset. I'm like, I don't need to Google. I don't need AI to tell me what to say to my child. Like, that's weird. That's literally what one of the commercials were. I was like, this is weird and icky. I hate it.
It's basically encouraging us not to think anymore.
Exactly. I hate it.
Anyway, so Capcom reveal. Well, they showed more gameplay of Resident Evil 9, Resident Evil Requiem. They showed like off the first person and the third person stuff. And apparently during that, prior they had confirmed that they were toying with the idea of it being open world. But I guess it's not open world, which I think is a good thing. But apparently they were originally going to make it an online game, but they stopped because they're like, oh, fans don't want this. So yeah, the footage actually looks really good. I still need to play 7 and 8. But yeah, I just like that Capcom is just really in their smart era where they're like, yeah, we know people don't want this dumb shit from us. They just want what makes our games good. So we're just going to keep doing that. So good. This news piece, we talked about this in the Discord quite a bit. And that was Takashi Iizuka was interviewed about potential remakes of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. And he said, do not expect them anytime soon, because he says, while he likes the idea of remaking them, he said, with all of the effort that would go into remaking them, you might as well just make a new Sonic game. And I think he basically said that they are working on the next Sonic game, Frontiers 2. So they would rather just put all their effort into that than potentially doing a full remake of Adventure 1 and 2. Which I completely understand. It was an interesting conversation. I'd see some of it online as well, because, Bill, I think you would agree with me that while the idea of a 1 and 2 remake sound great, they would be some of the most criticized and harshly critiqued pieces of media ever created.
They could be absolutely perfect, and the fans would bitch that they aren't glitchy.
Yeah.
They would be like, I can't fall through the floor. I hate it. It's like,
yeah.
What do you want?
Sonic fans don't know. That's the thing.
They want what they liked as a kid.
Yeah,
that's what they want.
Like, and they want Sonic and Shadow to kiss.
Some do.
I mean, yeah.
Some do.
It's pronounced Jif. Well, and he was asked about Sonic Adventure 3, and he said, Izuka was asked about Sonic Adventure 3. He said, in the future, yes, Sonic Adventure 3 is there as an idea that at some point it would be cool to maybe explore, but that's not part of the plan, and that's not what I'm doing. It's all about Frontiers right now, and we have no plans for Sonic Adventure 3 at this point. I just want to be clear with everyone. It's funny he brought that up because, as some people know, Adventure 3 technically exists.
Yeah, it came out in 06.
Yeah, exactly. It was originally created to be Sonic Adventure 3, but again, like if they were going to do a Sonic Adventure 3, like a proper version, people would be like, well, where are the remaster remakes of Adventure 1 and 2? So it's like they would have to really commit to that. So, and seeing some people online be like, oh, if they just did this, it would be fine. I'm like, you all would be so mad at it that I know you're lying. You're lying through your fucking teeth. So I still think we had mentioned Sonic Heroes, but I really think Sonic Heroes could deserve a nice remaster. Like,
especially
go in.
that theme song.
Theme song is great.
Yeah.
Actually played through the first level just to test my copy, and it's still a fun game to play. Like, it sits in that weird spot where it's like it's not the adventure games, but it's not the boost formula yet. So it's this weird kind of middle thing, but it's like surprisingly not bad. But it definitely could use some modern refinements, I think, and maybe not force people to play it 4 times to get the good ending would be nice. So,
or at least give it some variety if you're gonna make people replay it.
Yeah, I mean, hell, Heroes 2 would be an interesting idea, but
Yeah.
I don't know if they will ever do that.
Probably.
Yeah, but surprisingly, for a game where you have to control 3 characters, it doesn't control that bad.
It's funny because like people were always complaining that Sonic games had too many different gameplay styles, but that's like the most consistent Sonic game ever. There's literally one gameplay style.
Yeah,
You just have 3 characters at once.
yeah, and the levels have like variety where it's like, oh, if you want to do the speed, you go this way, or if you want to fly, you go this way. You know, they kind of accommodate to whatever you want to do as well, which was like, that's pretty neat. Speaking of pretty neat, so Bandai Namco has announced a summer showcase featuring a new game reveal. This is taking place on the 2nd of July at 3 p.m. Boston time. And so it said there are going to be 10 games here, like a My Hero Academia game, new looks at Tawa and the Guardians of the Sacred Tree, Digimon Time Stranger, stuff like Code Vein, Blood of Dawnwalker, Death Note, Hot Shots, Little Nightmare, all this kind of stuff. But there is a hidden game that they haven't talked about yet. And a lot of people are suggesting that it could be a new Tales game. Now, whether or not it's a proper sequel to, like, say, the next mainline Tales of game, or maybe the next, like, proper remaster, because we got Grace's F last year, so it might be time for that, or maybe for the next Arise, quote, supposedly, that we might be seeing that tomorrow. Bill, what would you prefer? A nice remaster or a brand new Tales game?
See, I'm not a huge fan of Arise, so I lean towards. Honestly, I'd like one of the games that was never localized, but I just want something like just an acknowledgement.
What if it was Abyss?
I'd be happy. Yeah, I'd be happy if it was Abyss.
I'm thinking it'll either be Abyss or Zillia.
Zillia would be nice too. Get it out of PS3.
Out of PS3 Purgatory, yeah. Because if I remember, there was like a ratings board had Zillia rated for something, and then we got Grace's instead.
Yeah,
which
was fine.
Weird.
That was fine.
Yeah.
Fine with me.
Yeah. Which Tales of game would you like, Alex?
I would like.
These are anime. They're anime
Tales. Having his little plane simulator.
Tails Sky Patrol? Oh wait, no, you don't fly the plane in Sky Patrol. You're just, yeah.
He just flies.
I think he needs like a nice little like
sucks.
flying game of just Tails. No Sonic, no anyone else. He can work on planes. That's the Tails game I want.
You should play Tails Adventure.
I'll add it to the. I think I have a game on my Switch. Is there any Switch versions?
No, that was
Tails?
that was a Game Gear game where you play as Tails.
Oh wait, no, I thought we were actually talking about.
No, I'm talking about an actual Tails game. That's actually like pretty good.
I don't know if you have one on your Switch, Alex. I think I might have told you to download Vesperia because that was.
I might have that. I don't know. I need to play.
Yeah,
I mostly play
Vesperia is the
Stardew
one.
Valley.
Vesperia is the one to play for sure.
Do I have a farm? Is
No.
there any Tales
No.
games with a farm? I
Is
don't want to
there?
play it. Any mining?
Not in the,
as long
not
as
the way
there's-
you'd like. Not the way you'd enjoy.
if there's fishing, I'm out.
Oh, fishing's the good stuff.
Oh no, there is
No.
fishing in Tales, but it's
No.
it's
I could play. I could fish all fucking day, man.
No. Can you fish in Stardew Valley?
Can you? I think you can.
No,
Alex-
I can't.
Alex,
I can't.
infamously, that is the one thing she can't do in Stardew Valley.
I don't think I've ever fished in Stardew. Maybe I should
It-
get good at it just to make you mad. I don't play Stardew. I tried and it just wasn't for me.
It's fucking tuna. Stupid tuna. I hate the fishing mechanic. I can't fish at all. Anyway, go watch our go watch GNC Stardew Valley episode.
Well, now I need to if you go on a
Yeah.
rant about the fishing.
Oh yeah.
A lot of things happen in that episode.
Oh,
Oh, no.
That's a good one. Anyway, yeah, I want Tails doing a little flight simulator with his two twirling tails.
Maybe we can get the Ace Combat team to make that, huh?
All right.
I would play that.
I want the bee company
apparent-
too.
Well,
They've
also,
dealt with flying.
They have Beanox. Well, also the Ace Combat team said they're working on Ace Combat 8, so you know.
Oh, fun.
I still need to play 7. I hear that's a really fucking good game. Speaking of a really fucking good game, the actor who voiced Edward Kenway from Assassin's Creed Black Flag, he was at like a con or something, and he said something about or somebody asked him. He said, "Have you beat the game? Well, you may have to beat it again." Winky face.
Oh.
So, well, a Black Flag remake has kind of been like an unkept secret for a while. Like that's been like kind of hinted at. Because Black Flag is one of the more beloved games in the Assassin's Creed series. It's honestly my favorite. It's the one I think about the most. So, honestly, a nice full-blown remake of that, sure. I mean, the original still holds up. Yeah, it's a 360 game, but it holds up really well. But sure, I'll take a prettier version of it. As long as it's not $80, Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't, please.
I hate to break it to you.
Well, it's
It will
Ubisoft, so
most
it'll be
likely.
well, it's Ubisoft, so it'll be $20 in like a year. So I'll just wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wait a year and you're fine.
Exactly.
Unlike
Let's
Nintendo.
see. Yeah, fucking Christ. So sticking with the Namco, so Arcade Archives came out and they had the Ridge Racer.
Racer.
Remember that one? Well, they're doing another one for a arcade game that never got released outside of arcades. A game called Air Combat 22.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming out July 3rd, and it looks like a predecessor to Ace Combat. It just kind of has that vibe to it. Like very early polygonal, kind of like, early Ridge Racer. But it looks fucking cool. And I like that the Arcade Archives 2, it exists, and they're diving into like this kind of stuff. Like that's really exciting to me. And they're well priced as well.
Always a plus.
Yeah. So let's see. Nintendo, they're in the news again, of course, right?
Right.
So apparently they are raising the price of the Switch in Canada. Not the Switch 2, the Switch 1.
Oh,
Ooh.
why?
Let's see. Well, I think it's related to the whole like Trump cutting off the talk with Canada
Oh.
about like trade tariff whatever stuff. So so apparently the pricing information is going to be shared on August 1st. So we don't know how much they're going to be raising it by.
$2.
Probably more than that.
$20.
Either way, raising the price on the fucking Switch 1, like in 2025 is insane to me.
Yeah.
Like
That
that's
sounds
They
crazy.
should
And
be decreasing the price.
right? Like they said Switch 2 isn't affected, and it's probably not for now. But yeah, it just still doesn't make sense to me that like this is the one generation where the consoles didn't get cheaper. They're just getting more expensive now.
Yeah.
So I mean, part prices haven't gone down the same way they used to, but still, it's crazy to me that like most of them haven't just knocked off like $100 at this point. Instead, they've gone up by $100.
Yep.
It's
It's
terrible.
not fair.
It's really not.
Buy your $40 instruction guide.
Yes.
Let's see. So Halo Studios is going to premiere something, I guess. My guess is it's probably the new Halo game, because before they were what were they? They were 343, right?
Oh, did they rebrand to Halo Studios now?
They rebranded to Halo Studios, and they're like, oh, we're now working on stuff within the Unreal Engine. And I guess
Is
big
the
thing
engine
that,
Unreal?
yes,
It sure is.
Wow.
yes, it is. It's so unreal. They've done it 5 times.
What?
um,
Damn it, I
But
can't get unblurry. Sorry, I'm trying to use anything.
do you
Nope.
have autofocus on?
I don't know.
Her camera these cameras just give up sometimes and
I
sleep.
don't know. Maybe I
It's
can
weird.
hit it again.
I've never had an issue with my focus
Eh,
ever.
Oh, you're kind of better. I think
kind of.
There you go. There you
okay.
go.
Okay. Stop messing with it. It's good. It's good. Okay.
No, it's
Got
not.
It's better. It's better.
It looks like in like
Damn it.
Star. It looks like in like Star Trek, the original series, when they would like film a lady and they just put the blur filter on it. Like the
Maybe I
soft
can just.
filter.
How can I? Oh, I forgot I have it like.
Oh god! Oh god!
Oh,
Oh,
God.
no! Poor
I'll
audio
just-
listeners.
I kept my makeup on so people can watch this, so they better fucking watch it.
Exactly.
Listen.
There we go.
Hey, there we go.
Oh,
Oh,
you
we
can
see the.
even
I see the cheese head more.
and Miss Dingles. Do you see her face? In the
Oh, the pillow. Yeah.
I vaguely see. Is that a Furby?
No, that's
No,
my
no.
cat.
It's a giant pillow of her cat.
That's my cat.
Oh, okay. Just
That's her
from what I
making-
see, it looked like it had the Furby face.
It honestly does. I mean, it could be a Furby. She has
It's a
Furby
long
like
Furby.
tendencies. Yes, only a long one.
We
Or
know
one
somebody who
giving
makes
birth.
long Furbies. Anyways, so the big thing that
It went blurry again. Sorry.
so the big thing Halo Studios, the big rumor is that they're working on a remake of Halo Combat Evolved, the first one, in Unreal. The idea is that it would be like the first Halo game on like PlayStation and all that stuff, and to kind of test to see what Unreal could do for the Halo series. So that could be what they're teasing. I mean, it could just be the next mainline Halo game, whatever that would be. I don't really fucking know. I haven't played that much Halo, so I can't really say. You know, I don't know. But yeah, just figured I'd mention that. Oh yeah, Death Stranding 2 came out. People have been really enjoying
Sure
it.
did.
And I saw this headline that just made me go, what the fuck? And it says, and I quote, Hideo Kojima wants to develop a game in space and risk his life like Tom Cruise.
Okay.
So Hideo Kojima has said he wants to be the first developer to make a game in space, and that he wants to put himself in a quote Tom Cruise situation where he risks his life. And he'd said this apparently at the Sydney Film Festival, because I guess somebody was talking to him about like, you know, going into space, not just for like, you know, rich people to just kind of fuck around in space for 10 minutes for
Yep.
feminism. But instead, Hideo's like, if I'm going to go up there, I want to be productive and I want to make a fucking video game up there, bubby. And it, like, we know how long video games take to make.
He's
Like, are
gonna
you
be
really
up there
gonna
for a
stay-
couple years.
Well, especially
Yeah, like-
Kojima.
Like,
I
is
guess
this
he's
just-
never coming back.
might be for the best. Like, he just says a lot of weird, dumb shit. You know,
Mhm.
like the whole USB stick of his ideas to give to his team when he dies.
This is why he made the USB stick.
Was one of them make a game in space?
Face.
But it's about living on Earth or something stupid, because that's something he
Yes.
would do.
Yes. Under the
I
sea.
A Finding Nemo game.
Don't bring up that PS2 game. That game is garbage.
That's a
the
great
PS2
game.
Finding it's fine.
What are you talking about,
Fine.
Bill?
I
It's a
hate
great
it.
game.
It's a 4 out of 10, sure, but you know, whatever.
It's a 10 out of 10. What are you talking about?
Speaking of 10 out of 10s,
Oh,
so you know Argonaut's back, right? And they remastered Croc for some fucking reason.
ooh, I love
um,
Crocs.
But yeah. But the next game they want to do, or you know, they said, yeah, it's weird. They said they want to do it, but it's like, you have the IP, you can just do it. But it's the all-time classic Buck Bumble. So
No,
we might be getting
no,
we might be getting the Buck Bumble remaster
No!
sooner than we think.
no. Take those words back and never
What's wrong
say
with
them
Buck-
again.
What's wrong with Buck Bumble?
Everything.
Alex hates the song.
The song's
I hate the
amazing.
song.
It's a classic.
No, it's a nightmare.
It's an all-time classic.
No. The fact that the artist does not want to be found speaks volumes.
Yeah, shout out to our
He
buddy
does not want to
Quest64.
be. He does not want to be associated. I mean, who would want to be associated with an N64 game? Like, ew.
I mean, shout out to our buddy Quest64, who has
What?
done way too much
Unfortunate.
time, who's put way too much time and effort in trying to find who sung Buck Bumble and has gotten absolutely nowhere.
Exactly. This man is hiding. He doesn't want to be found. He doesn't want the game to come back. Let his wishes be kept.
Honestly, I
Don't
think
betray
he's
him.
dead. I genuinely think he might be dead. And like,
I mean, like, I get it. He made the book.
that's not why he's dead. That's not why he Buck Bumbled himself. Okay, I think it was just a case of he might have been a guy
Okay,
who like,
okay, wait.
passed
I
away in like
will-
2009 or something.
I will be on board with a Buck Bumble if there is a Barry B. Benson cameo in there.
I mean,
If there's
sure,
a B
why not?
movie tie-in, I'm in. But if not, I am
Uh,
out. I'm out and I'm never coming back.
Does that Seinfeld Pop Tart movie reference the B movie?
Oh.
Probably not. He probably doesn't have the rights to it.
He should. He is
yeah.
that movie. He is Barry B. Benson.
She wanted to fuck that B too. It was weird.
She did.
She was down B. But another game Argonaut mentioned is a game I've been yelling about since Argonaut came back, and that is iNinja. So please, I hope for the love of God they do an iNinja remaster. I'll pay full price day one. I don't care. That is a classic, underrated game that deserves another chance. And that is all the news. You can tell I kind of scraped for it. There wasn't a huge amount of stuff to talk about.
There was new Nintendo music.
Oh, hold
Alex,
on.
do you know about the Nintendo Music app?
No.
So
is
Nintendo they have a new music app where it
It's the Wii theme on there.
yes, actually.
I'm in.
Which Wii theme?
The me one.
Oh, the Me channel from the Wii.
Do 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 do. It's a bop.
That's enough. That's enough. I don't want to get claimed by Daddy Nintendo.
Yeah.
Too late. He's already
Yeah.
here. He's
Fuck.
your door just breaks down.
So
They
it's
immediately
it's not
Hold
the
on.
most entertaining stuff, but it is new music.
See, again, my problem every week is that I look at it and I'm like, what the fuck is new? Every
new-
single time.
So new is a very is a hint.
What? Oh, again, I thought this was here already.
I know, same.
New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe.
And the regular version. They also added
that game's a lot better, and I think people give it credit for.
I liked it. They also added the Wii U version because why not?
Yeah. Well,
they have the Wii Shop music.
Well,
yes.
Oh, of course they do.
Yay.
Hold on. I prefer the shop music to the Mii music.
I like them both. I think they're both wonderful.
Yeah.
It's that part that always does it for me. That little like bossa nova break.
And there's always that one booth at all of our local conventions that just plays it on repeat all day, every day.
Oh God,
it's wonderful. No, it's wonderful.
After
because
a while,
you only go in. You only go in though when you're shopping, so it's wonderful as you're there. I wouldn't want to be there all day.
They should play the Wii U shop music theme. That one was okay.
I didn't know there was a different theme.
It's like it's different.
It's different.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say I was listening to Fine Time, and Dre had said something that made me. He said that New Super Mario Brothers U is better than Mario Wonder, and I was pondering it, and I'm like, I think he's right. I think it is a better game. At least it's not like trying to pull the wool over your eyes and pretend that it's something it's not.
Yeah, Wonder's like I gotta be one of the most overrated games. I think that's coming in a while.
Yeah, it really does. Like, it's a fine game, sure, but like you see the review scores and the critic rating, and I'm like, we're a little too Nintendo pilled, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Some just doesn't gel with me.
That being said, though, I think we've covered it all pretty much. We got an hour and a half out of this, so that's
wow.
Alex, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Thanks. I'd ask if you wanted to shout out anything, but that's also my thing. So it's like,
I could if you listen to us.
We're not talking about the cream cheese cookbook.
If you listen to us,
the cream cheese cookbook.
Yes.
Oh no!
It's from 1981. I found it.
Pictures.
I found it in a mobile library, one of those small libraries like people have, and I didn't take a book. I just took a book. I didn't bring a book, but I found it, and I'm gonna make a recipe from it. But there's great recipes in it, like the one we shouted out the other day. I can't find it, but you
didn't dog market or anything.
No, but here, you want zippy zucchini mold?
No.
What does that even mean? Sounds like
Majestic
a 90s jam band.
Salad?
Majestic spinach salad. Trippy, man.
That is also a band name.
There's frothy lime pear mold. Frothy.
Frothy.
Well, because we've already. I don't know if you're aware of the soda arc, but
you know how zesty is like code word for gay, right? I feel like we're gonna get sick of zesty, and the next one is frothy. I'm calling it right now. People are gonna start calling people frothy.
Frothy.
Yeah, I'm calling it right now.
But anyways, it all stemmed from the fact that Bill and I are both obsessed with these sodas, and I ran out of saying the same fact, so now I have a recipe book. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious?
No.
I mean,
yum.
I think Bill knows my opinion on cheese in general, so
every recipe has a full block of cream cheese in it.
A full fucking block. I want to die.
It's the Philadelphia brand cream
cheese.
Well,
so yeah, you can listen to our podcast. We don't really film it a lot because I usually take my makeup off once I get home, and you don't want to see the ugly. But yeah, it's fun.
Bill just shook his head.
Mostly, if you like the antics of me annoying my brother, yeah, you should check it out.
You need some burps though. You need some burps.
No,
we have hiccups.
no, we edit
Alex
the
makes
burps out.
Oh please.
Bill edits.
I'm
Bill
the burp
edits my
guy.
burps out.
I'm the burp. Yeah, because you begged him to.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
them
leave
out.
the burps in.
I edit them out by making sure everybody knows they happened.
Yes.
But yeah, you can find us over on Gaming Collecting. We have an episode talking about our recent trip to Rhode Island Anime Con coming out this weekend.
Yes, that should be fun. And we got some more convention ones coming up.
We do. So that should be
Kineticon
fun.
and CT Pickle Fest.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, we are going. We are going to that.
Yes,
We're going to
baby.
the Connecticut Pickle Festival.
God
yeah.
I'm booking my plane ticket.
You're welcome to join.
Oh, I'm not joining you guys. I'm just going to the Pickle
Oh.
Fest.
He's just going by himself.
Just going on my own.
But Thrak, you also have a new project to shout out.
Oh yeah. So just on a whim, I guess. Well, I'd been thinking about doing my own little side project for a while, and I had all these like different ideas for it, but I just kind of stumbled upon, you know what? Nobody in our community really talks about the Call of Duty games, right? So I have thrust upon myself to take the entire series, play through all the campaigns, maybe dick around in the multiplayer if I can, and just do a little series. And the series is called, I can't take credit for the name, but it's a great name. It's Call of Duty Thrak Ops. So the trailer is out there. It'll probably be in the description of this episode. You can go listen to it. Basically just describing what I'm going to be doing with it. And yeah, the first game in the series, Call of Duty 1, I am going to be starting working on that basically right after this. So hopefully it'll be out fairly shortly. So stay tuned. And it was going to be a solo project, but I think I might have a guest here and there because people have asked. So I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah. Like Tommy's like, you ever going to do the DS games? And I was like, I wasn't planning on it, but I mean, if you want to.
Why not?
Sure, but that'll be after.
Yeah.
That's like an addendum to the main series.
And one last thing to shout out. We have our second 3D out coming out. At the time of this episode, it'll be out the Friday, 4th of July. So look forward to that. You get to hear me, Thrak, and Tony talk about Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yes. What is a man?
What is a man?
Yeah. It's all edited. It's edited by me. So if you guys enjoyed the audio flare last time, there's more audio flare this time as well. So
Yay. Is there any clown music in this episode?
Depends on your opinion on the song I Am the Wind.
She has no idea.
I don't know. Bill.
Actually, like it's a really good song.
That being said, though, once again, guys, thank you for joining us on the 3DO Experience. So you can find the 3DO Experience on all the major podcasting platforms, particularly Apple Podcast and Spotify. And be sure to check us out over on the Superpod Network. That is superpodnetwork.com. Awesome site where you can find a whole bunch of different videos, blogs, podcasts. All of our shows are there.
They are?
I
was gonna say the new game for the Game Club has been announced, but I didn't Steve already annihilate it?
No, he fucked with us because
he faked it. Okay.
He went to the options and just there was the credits. And he just watched the credits and took a screenshot of it.
Okay.
I'm like, you motherfucker.
I saw that. I'm like, there's no way.
No, we all were convinced, but he's like, guys, I threw in the little drum emoji as meant to be like a little joke. And I'm like, oh.
Okay.
But
I completely overlooked it. Like an idiot.
You just felt rage.
Okay. I was gonna say, I'm like,
rage.
God damn. Like, what a legend.
Wait, Bill, you gotta recite every single one.
It says, and I quote, and what I'm sure is a record for the Discord, I have rolled credits on the first day, and then the little drum emoji. It's like, oh, okay. Smart man.
Yeah.
There's a good one.
But yeah, anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you all later.
Bye-bye.
Get yourself a cheese hat.
If you're not playing on a 3DO system, what are you playing with?